Hi everyone, my name is James, and in this video, I'm just gonna kind of give you a quick start guide to making like color mixing pars or static um, DMX fixtures in Lightjockey. So the first thing we do is just go to Setup and Fixture Configuration, and scroll through to the bottom to see User Definable. We want generic fixture 2. This is one that's more suited towards, uh, it's the latest version of it, and it's better for it. Whereas the other one is just a scanner. So we just want generic fixture 2. Take that, drag it up into the first slot there, put it on address 1, click save, click yes, click OK. Once it does that, click close, and this, you just drag it, stick it out wherever you want. And as of right now, I mean, if you were to click on it, nothing is active. There's nothing built in. You can't really do anything with it. So you right click, go to define fixture profile, and that brings up basically the editor, how you go to assign everything. So uh, again, I just want to give you a quick guide. I'm not going to go through every single preset. I'm not going to make them. I'm going to make the start of a channel enough to show you how you would finish off a channel like that. I'm not going to go through and make every mode, every preset, all that stuff. This video would be super long if I did that. But to start off, I'm going to make this Elation 6 par 200. I know that the profile's already made, but it's a good starting point for color mixing par cans because it has 6 colors, dimmer, strobe, some macros, some effects, and dimming curves and stuff like that. So I'm just going to show you some of the options that you can do to make a color mixing par can. Since it is an Elation fixture, we can choose from the Elation manufacturer in here. And call it par 200, say IP. Just call it the IP one. Mode, I'm going to do 12 channel. Author is me, which is Jingles. So if you ever download a profile and the author is Jingles, then you know I made it. ID can be whatever you want to call it, really. Par 200 IP. You can custom make your own fixture icon bitmaps and stuff, but I'm not going to go through that right now. But you can set them and open it up and go through them and look at them and just find one that's maybe similar or something. There's a huge list of bitmaps already in the software. So, it might not matter if you need a unique one for your lights or if you just want to find one that looks similar and use it. There's icon caption. That's the text that shows up right here. Just do 100, and then you want to make some notes. Typically, we do a version 1.0, and then the date. October 18th. Let's do 2019, and then notes such as check. Let's see, so like dimmer curve, the specials window, the specials. show you how to do that later on in this video. After we kind of get the basic info going here, we can just go to the levels tab, and you can see it's the max you can do on Lightjockey for the profile creator is 32 DMX channels. Anything more than that, we won't make them for you. You'll have to piece them together in parts and make them yourself. So that's one thing to know. It's 32 max, and it really doesn't handle more than one set of even RGB channels. So there's no multi-pixel stuff. But you'll notice that it starts at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually 0 is 1, 1 is 2, 2 is 3, 3 is 4, and so on and so forth. That can confuse you at first, but you just need to wrap your mind around it and get used to it. So I'm going to go to 11 here, which is 12. And select 12, hold the shift key, scroll down to the bottom. That selects all the rest of the channels, and I'm going to disable them. It'll tell me fixture uses 12 channels. That's what I want. So from here, we can start labeling our channels as we see on the labels over here. So we got red, hit enter, green, blue, white, amber, UV, intensity, which is INT. We got strobe, it's color, macros, so, and color chase, CH, spell however you want, abbreviate however you want, but you know, try to stick to somewhat standard for an abbreviation. And then chase speed, and then we have dimming curve. And that's it. That's how we label the channels to kind of get them ready to go. And so at this point, we could actually apply this, just to kind of update it. And if you wanted to, you could you can save it in case anything happens. Just go to File, Save Profile As, and just type in 6R200 IP channel. Save it. So this way it's saved. You're not overwriting the generic file anymore. It's split off into its own file. And so let's just start, and we'll do the color channels. So obviously, like I said, this thing doesn't really support anything past RGB. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kind of split up the color, sort of, but not really. And I'll explain right here. So enable RGB hue control, saturation, and value. And we can assign the channel DMX channel. So when it says DMX offset, it's asking for what DMX channel is it on. And so since RGB is 1, 2, 3 on here, remember it's Lightjockey, it's 0, 1, 2. So we're just going to change that 1, 2, and then we can click apply. And then if we had this enabled, you see the color picker. And one other thing that I do when I'm making profiles is I have the DMX output window open, so I can see as I'm changing this stuff, make sure all the values match up with what they are. So red is 1, green is 2, blue is 3, so on and so forth. Just like that. So what we'll do is, instead of, since we have more than RGB, we need the rest of the color stuff. So we can go to the fixed color controls, and we're just gonna basically enable these three right here. And we start here, and we're gonna do, so that's white. It's on channel 4, so it's 3. Hit tab, white, minimum 0, maximum 255. Hit tab again, 4, amber, 0, 255, 5, which is really 6, UV, 0, 255. And as soon as we hit apply to master, as we're doing this, it'll update the color pick. Now these aren't going to be linked to anything in terms of color output here. These are all just going to be manually controlled. And you can change them to fade if you want, just so they match this. And so yeah, that's one way to get the color picker working. And we do have some color macros, and so there's actually, if you'll notice, even if we wanted to do a bunch of icons and stuff, we couldn't fit it in the color section now because of these other color mixing channels. So we're just going to enable it, and channel 8. 0 through 255, that way we get the whole channel range. Apply to the master, and there we go. So we skipped the shutter, so let's go back and do that. Go to intensity, and shutter and strobe. So we can have shutter and strobe combined on one channel. So I'm just going to enable the intensity first, which is channel 6, according to the chart there, 0 to 255, and we want to enable this to go to Grandmaster. This way, if the Grandmaster will have the intensity control. So if you want these to go with that fader, you need to make sure that box is checked. Also, the default blackout value for the quick blackouts. So master is on channel 6, so we're gonna go to, so it's so we're gonna go to the dimmer, which is channel 7, and on here it's gonna be number 6. We go to number 6, we're gonna go to 0 and hit set. That way, in the program, there's a blackout button. As soon as you hit that blackout button, it's going to trigger that value for this profile. Alright, so we've got we don't really have a shutter. Maybe can enable it. There's no shutter close. So I'm just going to skip that, and I'm going to do strobe function, channel 7. I'm going to do the first range, which is 32 to 95. And the shutter, strobe off is going to be, we'll go to 255, the highest channel range. And once we hit apply, as long as this box is on, this will automatically pop up. And we can test in the DMS output window. Intensity is on, our strobe is off, it's 100%. It's 0, 32, 4, 95. So default value is 255, which should be on. In most shutter channels, the high range is on. So, but you're probably wondering, well, why don't I do the whole channel range? Well, we don't really have to, because there is room for pulse and random as long as you're not using other beam type channels. So if you go to beam control, enable this on channel 7, and call this going to be from 128 to 159. Enable this. Same channel. You can call it random. And that is 192.0223. Enable that. It's going to pop up here. And so you can see it, have access to it. And if you were to modify this, it will kick that off. So you can't, you're never going to overlap that channel. So that's how you do different levels of strobe. So I talked about the color macros channels. If we go to, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could put the color macros in the effects control. And we've got these each, when it says a palette, like here, palette and palette, it's enabled this little grid here of between 0 and 19 presets. And these two palettes can be, each one can be linked to a different channel, or you could actually use, you can actually split a channel across two palettes to get all the presets in there. So, but I think for this color macro channel, there's like 64. And yeah, it seems like a lot. I really don't think it's going to fit. There's only at most 40 presets that we could do across these two palettes. You'd have to do these two and then go to effects and continue them, but they'll be really split up by that point. So I'm just going to skip that. But I will show you how to do, I'll put these chases here in the effects control. And I should be able to do these two in the effects, and then I'm going to put the dimming mode in the special area, just to kind of close up the note that I made in the profile itself. So I'm going to enable effects 1. We want channel 9 but 10 on the chart. Color chase. Chase 0 through 255. And as soon as we do that, that enables this to be used. And really, we just have to start typing the values. So, you know, just do 0, enter, and then 21, enter, 41, enter, 61, enter, and then you do 255, enter. And if we hit apply, we get a new new box with effects right here. These black squares. So if you wanted to, you could use a color for the square, but it doesn't really make sense. So we're going to use a bitmap, and we're going to open up the bitmap window right there. On some computers, this might take a while. This software might look like it's going to crash and freeze up, but it's not. It'll be fine. Just give it time to load. It's a lot of bitmaps, and it's also a really old system. So just be patient. Don't freak out. It's not going to crash on you. And you'll see it pop up in just a second here. Again, it might take longer might be longer on my computer versus yours. And you know, if you see it do that little flash, then you know that it's loaded up. And you can go to global effects and stuff like that. So we want, what's cool about this is if you just do system bitmaps, load up every bitmap here, and if you want no function, just type in new. Yeah. So type in no. Oh. Let that load. No, you get no function, and with this one selected, you just double click, and that'll link that. Now this is a color chase. This is color chase, color fade chase. You just kind of pick a different icon that kind of, you know, whatever you want. Color change. So you do chase 1, chase 2, and then you can do a fade or something like that. The fade, and you can do no and go back to no function, and you see it tells you the bitmap file where it's located and stuff. Apply to master, and there, now your buttons have labels. And you can also, I mean, you'll be able to, you know, go between the values with the slider still. So yeah. That is how you do that. And the last, oh no, we have speed. We do channel 10, chase, speed 0 to 255. I mean, we could do, you know, if you really want to add an icon, you can. But if not, you just have chase speed, and you know that it's from slow to fast. Again, it's linked to the palette. It's up to you if you want to have anything in the palette or not. You'll still always have that slider. Alright, so, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to specials. And I'm going to add in, put the dimmy modes in here. I mean, some people will do it. Some people will just go, you know, 11, dimming, curve, 0 to 255. But if you really want something that's custom labeled, I mean, there are labels too. So if we did standard, stage, standard, TV in here, architectural, all those are in there, but we don't really have anything else that fits to label this with these icons. And so instead of doing that, I am going to just stick it in the specials part. Just that way I can show you guys how to use specials. So just go to the specials tab. Function, name, call standard, really bad, standard, and its value on channel 11 is, say, 0. Set, click on this one to stage. Channel 11, value 21. Click on it. 21. Set. TV. 41. And yeah, you get the point. So, I mean, said I was going to do every preset, but this one was kind of easy. But on my next video, how to make moving head fixtures, that video will be very short and stuff. So anyways, I can apply that. And if you know that your fixture has a reset value somewhere, you just enable this function and set a value. Say it was like 11 at 127 or something like that. Hit set, apply it. Then you'll get this little gear icon that'll say, you know, if you want to reset your light. So where'd that go? Yes, clear. Okay, I think it was. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that's weird. Had a very little crash, but anyways, moving on. In this specials window, you can also set default DMX values. So, like on a moving head, you can set the pan and tilt default values and stuff like that. So, since this is done, I'm gonna go in and save profile as, and just found I labeled it earlier. Par 200 IP, save, replace, yes. And so I'm going to close this since I'm done. I applied everything to the master. If you ever go back to the fixture, look here via specials window, via special, via levels window. Actually, see that. Levels window via special. That. Save it. Save it. Save. Okay. That off, and we are good to go. So now you can still check out all the colors, intensity, strobe levels, and whatnot. Some white. Make sure the beams are off. Chase speed is off. So the dimmer curves are not really up there anywhere. And if you go to this window, you get every channel. But there's also special here, and that's where that little list is. So I click standard and I click OK. Stage. And you can see the value pop on. TV, okay. 41. Select standard, okay, zeroes it out. So you've got all these extra levels here that you probably don't really need. So I'm going to actually go back into the editor, right click to find fixture profile, and go back to levels, and you see how it says visible for all these? You don't really need that unless you want duplicated control of the every channel slider via this levels window here. So I'm going to take red, hold down control key, red, green, blue, white, amber, UV, intensity, strobe, all this stuff, make it invisible, and I'm going to hit apply, and that basically gets rid of the levels window. I suppose I need to leave one on. Visible, apply, levels, special gives you access to that. So if you're going to use special, just make sure you've got something in the levels window to be able to access that. So the last thing I'll show you how to do is to shut all the stuff off, clear everything out, and export the profile. So it's applied. You want to save again, yes, close, get rid of that, close that. To setup, fixture configuration, and go to the folder that you made, the manufacturer folder that you set the profile under, and find the profile. 64,200 IP, select it, see the summary, see your notes, right click it, create profile export file. It tells you just a little list of all the bitmaps it's going to import and export into the profile. I'm going to save that. And for me personally, I just stick them on the desktop, that I know where to find them later on. And you can leave it the name, hit save, and sure enough, that profile is going to be on your desktop. You can even just get rid of this by clicking it. We'll select the fixture, OK, save it, close it, empty Lightjockey, ready to make more profiles. So I know this video is a little long, but I think it's not super long. But I hope you learned how to, at least get the basics down of making your own color mixing profiles on Lightjockey. If you have any questions, leave me a comment on this video below, or just shoot me an email to jamesk@adj.com. That's my super simple. So jamesk@adj.com, or james.keeley@elationlighting.com. Bad spelling. So yeah, those are my emails. Hit me up if you have any questions, or if you tried and you're at your wit's end and you just want me to make it because you're about to punch your computer's monitor or something. Just reach out and I'll see what I can do to help you out. All right. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.